I'm Mari Jean, and welcome to The Given Day. Every day, you have the opportunity to make 35,000 decisions. Right now, some jet you forward, others reel you back, and the remaining, insignificant, or so you think. From my evolution through different mindset-based lifestyles, I have come to know that this very moment is the most potent time you have. If you want to shift the choices you make into ones that lead into happiness, abundance, and success, well, this podcast is for you. Each week, you will receive tips, practices, and stories of the true potential of the given day. And you'll get to start the week off right with an affirmation and gratitude practice given at the end of each episode. Thanks for tuning in and enjoy the given day. Hey guys, welcome to today's episode. We're going to dive right in with gratitude. Why gratitude? Because it is something that has rocked my world, flipped it upside down, and it can flip yours too. Today, I'm going to share with you how gratitude can increase accountability, joy, and abundance in your life. So let's get started. These days, it's so easy to lose track of the things that we have between media and mass marketing and all of the items that we seem to need and collect as a culture and society. We easily forget about the things that we do have and are so focused on the things that we don't have. Now, for example, a lot of us are home right now because of the coronavirus, and we might be getting under each other's skin a little bit. Now, say you are home with your housemate and you are so annoyed that they don't do their dishes. And you're so focused on that you forget that, wow, but they made this beautiful meal for the whole house to share and eat all by themselves, to nourish you and to have community time and to create a fun-loving food environment despite not being the best at doing dishes. This type of accountability enables us to have gratitude and respect and to show our appreciation for, say, the things that we do have and the qualities that the people in our lives do have. Another example that is so personal is hating bees. For my whole life has been so afraid of bees, and one day this just clicked and I was so like, wow, honey comes from bees. And I'm like, wow, I have to love the bees because they give me so much instead of focusing on the fear of being stung by a bee. And a third example of accountability is clothing. Now, instead of focusing on, oh, I don't have any name brand clothing, all of my clothing is secondhand, that makes me so poor and not cool, and so on and so forth, being able to be accountable for the things that you do have and looking at all the scores that you found from the side of the road and from all the clothes that you do have that you barely paid anything for, that's so amazing. Becoming accountable for the things in your life automatically brings value into the things in your life. And this value creates care, and this care becomes a part of you that you nourish. Something that I have adopted into my life recently is, coming, I don't want to say out of the virus because we're still very much so in the virus, but coming to a place that we are beginning to reopen and we're having human interaction again for possibly the first time in 3 months. I've made it a goal of mine to say hello to everybody that I pass on the bike path on my way to work on the weekends. In my practice, I have become so grateful for my connection with these people that they are connecting with me, I'm connecting with them, and then we are creating this whole circle of nourishment in the community. Another way of nourishment is, we all know, Marie Kondo. Does this spark joy? Recently, I have taken the endeavor of cleaning out my closet, and with each item, I would pull it up and say, does this spark me joy right now? And if it didn't, I wouldn't disrespect it. I wouldn't say, oh, this is ugly, or oh, this is from when I was depressed, or oh, this is from an ex. I would just say, oh, it doesn't spark me joy right now, but it did, and it will give somebody else joy because that is what it gave me. Leading on to a greater piece of accountability is, now that I have gone through such a deep and ritualistic cleanse of my wardrobe, I can be accountable, physically recount every single piece of clothing that I have, why I've kept it, and how it makes me feel in my body. And this accountability also transfers over into, say, how your body feels in the clothing that you wear. For me, I want to feel free, I want to feel sexy, I want to feel flexible, I want to feel fierce, and I want to feel grounded and divine. The practice of gratitude really has to do with the law of attraction. So whether you are a spiritual thinker who believes in a God or universal energy, or whether you are a scientific learner and thinker who believes in the power of science, this method, this practice is applicable to you. The law of attraction reciprocates and amplifies the energy that you put out into life, into the universe, or to your God, or whatever you consider to be your higher power. For example, financial hardship right now has washed across the whole globe with the coronavirus. And some people are flourishing right now, and some people are deeply, deeply struggling because they don't have access to resources for government support, for community support, for their well-being and for their livelihood. And there's a lot of scarcity right now. A lot of people don't have enough to sustain themselves. Now, I will say that 3 years ago, I found myself in a very scarce place with my finances. I was working my ass off. I was like coming home crying, blood, sweat, and tears, like working like fucking like 50 hours a week, and coming home and still being late on rent, still having a hard time buying groceries, still like struggling to just live life. And as soon as I was able to get outside of the mindset of, I don't have enough, I don't have this, I don't have that, and as soon as I was able to become grateful, okay, I'm so grateful that I have $50 this week to buy groceries. I'm so grateful that I can have my rent in, whether it's the next day or in 2 weeks after it was due. I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for my landlord's flexibility. As soon as I was able to become grateful for that aspect of my life, I was then starting to see little pockets of abundance. I started getting jobs doing clothing alterations for this woman that just kept coming back to me every few weeks with new clothes to alter for her. I started getting a lot of work gardening for an older woman that I grew up next to, painting her house and gardening and doing cleaning, and was able to grow and sustain myself in that way. I'm not saying that being grateful is a means to forget about hardship at all. In fact, I believe that gratitude is a way to appreciate hardship. One of the greatest things that I have found in this practice is becoming grateful for, say, the pain and suffering and endurance that I have been through in this life to get to where I am. One of the most powerful parts of this practice is being grateful for future intentions, for future visions of your future self. Now, that might mean, like in the present moment, I am grateful for the money I have to buy groceries this week. That is your gratitude intention for now. And your gratitude intention for in the future could be, I am grateful to have 4K months every single month. And through those two ideas, those two places of gratitude coming together, that amplifies that tenfold. Practicing gratitude it's a dedication. It's very hard to come by. It's very hard to commit to because, once again, it's so easy for us to fall into the state of, wow, there's so much wrong, there's so much lacking, there's so much potential for everything to grow and blossom right now. And one of the ways in which I encourage you to practice gratitude that has been the most beneficial for myself, that I have seen the most proven results, is to make it a dedicated, sacred practice every day. Now, if you are a beginner at this and are little like, oh, like, is this true? Is this not? Like, how can this work out in my life? I'm already so busy or so full internally that I don't know if I can take on this practice right now. Start with one thing. One thing is enough. One thing is plenty. The very first thing that I practiced when I was introduced to gratitude was giving gratitude to my finances, because at the time that was my biggest place of hardship, was my lacking in finances and how poor I was. And being able to just be grateful for that one thing consistently every single day brought me to this place where I have now doubled my income since 3 years ago. By creating this sacred practice, the sacred space around your gratitude, it creates an intention. You are intentionally bringing gratitude into your life. For me, every morning, I've been waking up early and I go outside, I sun gaze, I come back in, and I do my gratitude practice in this journal that has on each page, it has there goes my loose pages. I need a new journal. Right here we have your gratitude now and your gratitude intentions. And that leaves a lot of space to either write one really big thing that you're grateful now, or 15 things that you're grateful for now and 15 things that you're grateful for later. I do my gratitude practice in this book, and after everything that I come to that I am grateful for, I say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, the reason why to say thank you 3 times is because it amplifies your gratitude times 3. And with each thank you that you say, bring an intention with that thank you into your mind. So, for example, I am so grateful for the money that I have because I get to buy delicious food with it. Thank you. Because I can pay my rent on time with it. Thank you. And because I get to buy a coffee at a cafe once a week with it. Thank you. And through this process, you really want to just really breathe and sink into this idea, wow, I have so much, and here are the reasons why, and I am so grateful for it. And so after I finish writing down each thing that I'm grateful for, whether it's 1 or 10 or 20 or whatever, I say thank you to each one of them right after I've written them. And then I will go and I will kiss. So if I've written 5 things of gratitude, I will kiss each little page 6 times. And for me, this is my connection with love. In our society, culturally, we show love through kisses. And for me, when I go and I just bury my face in my book and I kiss each thing that I'm grateful for, whether it's I'm grateful for it now or whether I'm grateful for it to happen tomorrow or in the future, or this afternoon or whenever, and I kiss it, that is just instilling so much love into it. And then as I close my book, I will look at 3 things sporadically on my page, and I'll say thank you to one thing, thank you to the other thing, and thank you to the third thing. And that way it really instills into my body, wow, like I'm so grateful for these things. It just sets certain things into my mind when I re-look at these 3 things, and then I close up my book. And if you get this actual book, it's got this really beautiful red feather in it, and it's got a magnet top. So you can pop that open and magnet top it, and I give it a big kiss. I hope you guys are really excited about gratitude now, and I'm really excited to share a gratitude practice with you today that has been really on my mind recently. Now, we all know that the Black Lives Matter movement has been in a very, very powerful wave, and that is where this practice is coming from. Now, with the Black Lives Matter movement, we know that there has been so many deaths, so many unjust deaths in our community that have happened, that are happening right now, and that will continue to happen tomorrow. And one thing that is so important for all of us to honor, no matter what walk of life we are in, is to be grateful for our life, is to be grateful to be breathing right now, because some people don't have that option. Some people have had that stolen away from them. And so, together with me, I would like you to come to a comfortable seat with your back erect and your spine long. I'd like to have you take 3 nourishing breaths with me. You're going to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Okay. After me, I would like you to say, I am so grateful to be alive. I am so grateful to be alive. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be alive. Now, to end this practice, if this resonates, you can bring your hands together in a prayer position and bow your head. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today, for being a part of this practice, for welcoming gratitude into your life to increase the abundance, joy, and accountability in your given day. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. To see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and follow my Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube channels. Links in the description. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram with your hashtag #TheGivenDay affirmations and gratitude practices. And most importantly, enjoy your given day.